Hello everyone, I'm Kurt Waldrop and this is Radical Freedom. This week, ex-President Barack Hussein Obama crawled up out of the hole that he's been in since he left office, and not seeing his shadow, decided to give a speech. At one point in his speech, he said that when you hear how great the economy is doing right now, and by the way, his audience, expecting to hear how bad things were supposed to be, started to laugh. But even Obama had to acknowledge how great things are, and so he just continued with, let's remember that this recovery started. I'm glad it's continued, but when you hear about this economic miracle that's been going on, when the job numbers come out, monthly job numbers, suddenly Republicans are saying it's a miracle. I have to kind of remind them, actually, those job numbers are the same as they were in 2015 and 16. Well, it's really strange, because when I checked on the Bureau of Labor Statistics website, their unemployment average under Obama was 7.44% overall. It did get better in 2015, 5.3% unemployment. And 4.9% in 2016. But let's remember, at one point, it was in 2010, after he was president for 2 years, it was at 9.6%. That's about 1 person in 10 unemployed. As for general economic numbers, the average economic growth under Obama in 2015 was only 2.9%. And in 2016, it was only 1.6%. Under Trump, unemployment is currently 3.9%, and current economic growth stands at 4.2%. Wait, does that mean that Obama lied? Well, lied again? Well, during the election, after candidate Trump suggested that he could get the economy to grow over 4%, Obama stated that President Trump would need a magic wand to get 4% gross national product. Well, I guess he must have found that wand. And isn't it odd that Obama spent most of his term telling the American people that for 8 years, all of the unemployment and economic woes were due to President George W. Bush? And now that he's out of office, all of the economic growth and good job numbers are due to his own work. How can that be? The economic indicators, such as the stock market, started to get better the very day after the election, and then really started to take off as soon as Trump started to dismantle the web of regulation that the Obama administration had entangled our American businesses in. It seems like if Obama policies were responsible, then our economy should have tanked as soon as those laws and regulations were taken away. But B.O. has loved to have his cake and eat it too. Remember how he tried to maintain a low profile when he was in the Illinois Senate, voting present rather than yes or no nearly 130 times as a way to avoid drawing criticism when confronted with a contentious issue. So, if the Trump economy is not one of Obama's accomplishments, what actually were his accomplishments? Well, if you recall, he started out his administration by traveling to a number of countries and apologizing for how bad the USA is. Then he decided to work on the economy and put together a massive stimulus package which cost taxpayers almost $1 trillion with a T dollars, which apparently had little to no effect. Remember how he laughed and said, when asked about the high unemployment, how the shovel-ready jobs he once touted weren't so shovel-ready after all. Next, he pushed for Obamacare, which upped insurance premiums, forced men to have coverage for such things as having a baby. Yes, for a man to physically have a baby. And it was so good that it had to be mandated by law. This was yet another hit to the economy. Let's see. He allowed unaccompanied minors to cross the border, which would seem to encourage more parents to send unaccompanied children into danger. So that would be promoting child abuse. He gave pallets of unmarked cash to Iran, our sworn enemy, on secret midnight flights in exchange for a promise that they wouldn't work on building nukes, at least for a little while. He tried to kill the American coal industry, tried to strangle American manufacturing with regulations on top of regulations, and he tried to stop new pipeline construction. During his administration, we had record high unemployment, high taxes, a huge increase in racial strife, an upsurge in attacks on police officers. Our soldiers were deployed in combat zones with no real strategy for victory or even withdrawal. President Obama was the non-entity in chief when our ambassador was attacked and murdered in Benghazi, was in charge of the Justice Department that got illegal FISA warrants to spy on members of the candidate Trump's campaign, and who was not only aware of Hillary Clinton's private email server that she illegally sent classified documents over, but even used a fake name to send messages to her on it himself. President Obama, I'm so glad you've returned to public life. I'd almost forgotten why I loathe you so much. Well, thanks for watching. I hope you will go down below and give me a thumbs up. And please check on the subscribe button. It's going to come up just as soon as I'm off the screen. I also hope you'll go to Amazon and buy a copy of my book, Radical Freedom. Until next time, stay free, my friends. Bye.